Clock in, clock in. Black Goddess just walked in.
Hey, tryna play with me, they don't know no better. Me and God go together, just like salt and pepper. He be quick to pull up for me, I'm talking about any weather. All I did was say a prayer, now my problem settled. And your partner say he rhyme, but he really lying. Real, they the reason people dying, people's mamas crying. Real, you ain't wanna do the time, why you did the crime? On my life, you go to Christ and you gon' be just fine.
Team Black Goddess, stand up, man. Yo. All right, y'all. We got a couple of topics I want to talk about right now, bro. Yeah, man, the internet, it kind of hectic, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So we not even finna waste no time. I want to get into one of the most important topics right now, and that is that Drake and Kendrick Lamar situation, man. There's been a lot going on regarding that situation. I done heard that they done squashed it. Then after that, I heard it was cap. And then I heard specifics on the situation that happened at Drake's house. Matter of fact, let's watch the specifics that happened at his house.
This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home, and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of
Oh, they brought up the Kendrick situation.
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef
Of course.
crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything
He's asking if that's something they're looking at.
to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time. So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to no, I'm not going to at this time.
All right, I do believe we heard enough about that, man. And as he just stated, bro, they have no motive. Me personally, I feel like they already looking into this Lil Kendrick situation. I mean, it's quite obvious. That'll be the first thing you start looking into, bro. A couple beef records go back and forth, and then that happened to his house. It don't take no rocket scientist to know that. That's probably the first place they're looking at. I don't think there's too many people that's just gonna go to a random neighborhood, not even a neighborhood. The man's house look like a neighborhood itself, and just bust up the damn security guard. You feel me? That's likely to be rare. But something else that's real rare to me at this moment is the fact that the beef ended up just being squashed moments after this situation, bro. So they ended up finding out that it was false, and the reports came out that TMZ ended up posting to prove on why it was false, that the beef ended due to UMG's request. And here goes what TMZ posted to prove that it was cap. From an insider waiting on proof in the form of documents. Will update whenever I receive it. PG Lang and EXO, The Weeknd. As of yesterday, we are asked by Universal Music Group to end the beef with OVO Drake. Kendrick apparently isn't budging at all, but UMG is pressing hard on their request to squash beef. UMG also had a Zoom meeting with all of the parties involved, and they want Kendrick either directly or said through PG Lang to post a statement clarifying that Drake isn't a pedophile If Kendrick agrees to end the beef, Drake is losing the beef in UMG's eyes. So from UMG perspective, the sooner that this beef ends, the better. There's a rumor going around that Drake and Kendrick Lamar share music label tried to force them to squash their beef, but turns out it's totally unfounded. TMZ has learned. Here's the deal. A blind item is being circulated that purports to have the inside scoop on alleged meetings between Kendrick, Drake, and Universal Music Group, which both artists are technically signed to VI distribution subsidiaries. So you telling me these niggas signed to the same people? And y'all tripping like that, bro? There's a few bullet points addressed in the blind item, including the claim that UMG Hunjos tried to force Kendrick to capitulate to Drake and apologize and squash things. The blind item citing purported insiders said UMG wanted to have K-Dot put on a statement acknowledging that Drake is not in fact a pedophile. This while alleging the UMG brass was viewing Drake as losing big time in the beef and it hurting their bottom line. It also sounded pretty thorough and detailed, but sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ there was no such meeting between UMG, Drake, and Kendrick, and that this is entire little narrative which is starting to go viral online is completely made up and not true. We're told not only did UMG not insert itself here, but our sources who are familiar with the inner working of the label say Universal would never jump into something like this. The way it was explained to us, Kendrick and Drake's beef is between them and completely separate from the business side of things. And UMG just doesn't think it's their place to step in either way. So they didn't, or did they consider doing so? Mind you, there's also the fact that all these music drops have clearly only helped them. All the tracks between these guys have spurred lots of streams and plays, and that's dollars for UMG. So objectively, there's a financial incentive to keep a beef like this going. Man, I ain't gonna lie. This shit here, like, it look kind of skeptical to me, because it's like watching both of your kids fight and not tell them to stop. Because if one of them bust their head, you might get a check because he end up breaking his arm. You might get a disability check for one of the kids. Like, bruh, how are we supposed to know that they didn't tell them that? And why would we think they didn't tell them that? Because, like, wouldn't that be what's best to do? Or probably not on their side of this table, because, like, they getting paid for this. Just like was said on the last scroll. I don't get it, bro. And I don't think I ever will get it. Matter of fact, I completely get it. I just don't think y'all will get it. But just to show y'all some stats on how much they making off of these diss tracks, man, I got this post right here telling us diss tracks by Kendrick Lamar and Drake are projected to earn a combined 250 million streams in the United States this week across all streaming platforms. Roughly 20% of all streams on the Billboard Hot 100 this week are expected to be coming from these tracks. Now, I ain't gonna lie, put me in the high chair and both of these rappers is making me money. Would I want them to stop dissing each other? Probably not. You gotta think about it. These boys drop these songs out of nowhere. We got no heads up. And I believe Kendrick so damn cool, he dropped his record in the middle of the week on a random ass Tuesday. Like, you gotta be a complete villain to come to the lab, record a diss track and drop it in the middle of the week. Like, people ain't going to school, people ain't going to work. Like, regular world ain't still operating. Boy, you was a bad man, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And not only did that happen, Kendrick ended up breaking a damn record. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us breaks its own all-time record for biggest single day streams of a hip-hop song in the US Spotify history, with a new high of 6.812 million streams. This man did 6 million streams, almost 7 million streams in one damn day. Y'all can't tell me that's not crazy, bro. And not only did he break that record, I guess it's safe to say I can show y'all this too right here, man. Kendrick Lamar simultaneously charts for songs in the top 10 on US Spotify, the most of any artist. Not Like Us, Euphoria, Like That, and Meet the Grey. I ain't gonna lie, now that's crazy, bro. I'm talking about all your diss tracks, top 10. Man, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This look back and forth Drake and Kendrick had, bro, this definitely going in the history books. And not only is it going in the history books, man, I just don't see how every time I say something that's actually factual about Drake, I get about 100 of y'all on my ass telling me, man, you just D-Ryan Drake, man. Kendrick went ham. Obviously Kendrick did, bro. Cause this is crazy. The numbers he putting up is unbelievable, bro. But come on now, y'all can't take the facts away from what Drake has been doing as well. Me personally, I just want these guys to know how much of an influence that they got on the culture, man. And me personally, you know, with this case going on with Drake's house, I would assume and believe that Kendrick literally has nothing to do with it. But it doesn't take away the fact that Kendrick clearly has some diehard fans who will really do anything to, you know what I'm saying, turn around and bump a Kendrick record knowing that they did something they wasn't supposed to do, man. We even got people trying to walk on Drake property and all type of stuff, man. This joint needs to come to an end, bro. And I don't know when it's gonna decide to come to an end, man, but hopefully it can. I just wanted to give y'all some updates on the whole situation and all, but that's all I got for right now, man. We're gonna see what we end up coming across next when it comes to this situation. I will catch y'all in the next video, man. Make sure y'all leave a like in the comment section below. But I also do want y'all to head over there to the Rumble, bro. Head over there to the Rumble. That will be the first link in the description, man. That's why I'll be going live and doing all my little extracurricular activities out there. And a lot of the vids y'all really want to see, I will start to be posting them on there. So make sure y'all get there right now. You know what I'm saying? You're a little bit too hot out to You Need Some Milk. Your boy Big 8 out of here, man.